Hello, hello, hello. I hope this is working. I've been having some technical issues. So if anybody is here, certainly let me know if this is working. Having technical difficulties today, but I think we might be going. Okay, I've got my phone up for chat so I can see if you guys chat with me. Pardon me for that. Today we are going to be playing Town to City. It is a city builder. It is a wonderful little game that I've been obsessed with lately. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And just going to check the screen, make sure everything looks kosher. Alright, says everything looks good, so let's just get into it. We're going to play the sandbox mode, with game rules being unlock everything. We won't play with no money though. We will keep the money element involved because that gives us a bit of a challenge. Not much. I just like everything unlocked because I like the decorations. I don't like waiting for them. Okay. Starting again. Okay. I hope the sound didn't cut out completely. I hope that's just until we get into the game. That was good. I was like, because I don't need another technical issue. Alright. We will pause first and kind of get the lay of the land. So, this is what we have to work with. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. That's a lie. Because the game map only extends to here. So, the playable area is only up to that point. But it's plenty. You've still got plenty of room to work with. So we've got a lot of lakes and a lot of mountains. So, a lot to work with. Good times. Good times. Where are we going to position the first few houses? So, the way this game works is it brings in families from somewhere, but they come through here on the train, and you have to build a little settlement for them to start with, a little hamlet that grows into a village that turns into a city that's bustling and beautiful and full of life. And my favorite part about this is that there's actually little NPCs that go about their business. So it focuses decoration and being creative, but there's still some management elements that I quite enjoy. And the people actually go about the town and use it. They use the elements that you put down. They use the benches. They use the slides. They use all the things. Alright, so. And we are going to freehand the roads. We're going to freeform. We're not going to rely on the line tool because this game actually allows you to get away from the grid system that is a plague on most city builders. And we're going to take advantage of that and actually just be able to build away from the rectangular square cage that is modern society. Because this isn't a modern city. This is like a 19th century Mediterranean city. That's the stylistic and aesthetic inspiration for the game. So it doesn't make sense to throw it into a grid situation. It doesn't even look right in my opinion. And most of the content creators that I've been checking out for this game, they all do the grid, and it looks terrible in my opinion. I mean, I still enjoy their videos, but I think it just looks horrendous. Alright, I drew that road like way off from where I want it, so we're going to erase it and start over again. But we're going to pause so that, well, we can keep it going actually, because we're not losing money yet, so, because we don't have any amenities. Alright, we're going to try this road again. I think we will start by actually doing it this way. We'll start there. So to make sure those line up. Okay, I can either bring the road this way, or I could just straight out loop it all the way around, which I think I might do. It might be more aesthetically pleasing. And we have our first family arrive. Let's see what they're all about. They want to live near clothing shops, which is crap. Well, it looks like I got an ad break on my stream. Am I allowed to skip it because it's my stream? I think so. I don't know if that means everybody got an ad break, or just me. But either way, we don't want these guys. They suck. Because they have a family trait that makes them want to live near clothing shops. We do not have clothing shops yet. Therefore, they would be very pissy about living here, so we don't want them. They are not our friends. We don't want their kind here. However, we do want their kind here. The Pages family, I'm guessing. Because it's not Pages, Pages. Pages, maybe, Pages. We're moving them in. And we will always remember the Pages family lives in this first little house. But they're mad because we don't have anything. I threw them in there. We'll pause it before we piss them off too much. But we have to figure out where we want the amenities. And I think we're going to make our first little market plaza right here. So we're going to go ahead and put stone down here to give us an idea where we're going to build the shops. And the first shop we get, I believe, will be a little poultry stall. And that arrow indicates the direction that we need to make the road. So probably right about there. That's actually a little close to the edge there, and it's going to be a pain in the ass later when I'm trying to build a fence around that. So move it a little. Now for the road. Take like one of these, and then make it super skinny, and do a little one of these, a little walking path, and then connect it up to the main road. And right now it doesn't look great, but eventually it will look grand. So go ahead and get a worker in there. But before we can even get that rolling, we need a warehouse to actually move products. So we're going to get that going. Happiness is only at 58% because we haven't fed anybody yet. And to be perfectly honest, that would piss me off too. So I don't blame them. Alright, this next family wants a bunch of lights. That's going to be a problem. It's something we can do easily enough, but we don't have time right now. We have other things going on. So yeah, if anybody here would let me know how audio sounds, I'd appreciate it. Okay. So everything's working. We're just waiting for more families to move in. Let's speed up time a little bit. And as you can see, oh, these people want a bunch of trees. I don't think we can do that for them right now. We cannot help you. We'd have to pay for all the trees, and granted, they're not expensive or anything, but it's just not an expense we want to do right now. We don't want to waste the time or the energy. And eventually, you can decorate all these little houses with all these little pieces, which is what makes this game so exciting. But currently, we are just going to give them little post boxes and lights. Eventually, we'll give them the rest. But okay, the Bonhomme family, they're going there. Oh, I should probably give them entertainment soon to bump up their happiness. That might be the thing we do next. We will give them a puppet theater. And we'll put that right there for now. And the green actually indicates, let's see, yeah, the range of influence. So it will help with any houses along here. Okay, you don't want artisans. That's a higher class folk that expect more amenities. Our money is at -5 still because we need more people moving in. There's just nothing we can do about that quite yet. Just have to wait. But we can do a few more houses. Okay, this person wants more density, population density. That's not something we can offer right now. So let's turn off Snap Road. This game is great. It's so intuitive with its controls and the way it works. It's a delight, in my opinion. Okay, I think we will do one more house here, and then that'll be it for this chunk of houses, this little neighborhood. Oh, I hear sirens in the distance. Alright, we'll make sure our connections are good. This house is only service. Okay, it's too far away from the food stall, so we're not going to deal with that. We are going to move that to this side. Okay. And this place is quite dark. We need to add some street lights. Well, house lights currently. We'll get street lights at some point. Okay. Might as well decorate this house even though, yeah, but. So you can see him trundling along. Is she a single mother? No, she's married. Okay, I was going to say, is she a single mother of 3? That's quite a bit. No, she's married to Xavier. And this game, I believe I said, is like Mediterranean inspired. The names are all very French and Italian and along those lines. So they're fun names, but if I get them wrong, well, I apologize, but I'm very American. I'm very plain white bread. I have no flavor. So, we've got all the houses filled. So we'll speed up time and try to get some money worked up while we decorate. Because we're almost at 100 a day, which isn't great, but I mean, it's better than where we were. We were at negative for a bit. So let's give each house a light. You see, you see they come out on their balconies, and it's awesome. You put furniture out there and actually use the furniture, and you see them. Oh, I didn't even notice they need more labor at that stall. Okay, cool. But yeah, you can see they actually go to the stalls and everything, and they actually have jobs at the stalls and everything. It's just wonderful. It's just delightful. Okay, no Zelda houses, I'm sorry. I don't know that I've ever seen just a single person with no kids or anything. Well, we don't discriminate, but we don't have house for you right now, man. Eventually we will. Alright. light for here, so they'll at least have that for now. Eventually we will have flowers along here and fencing, but currently we need to get the housing situation under control, meaning we need to expand. So I think the next little neighborhood is going to come down along here. I think that still would be within range of the market, I think. Well, let's get rid of this rock. I hate the rocks. Down with rocks. Alright. We will put a few houses here and see how this goes. We won't put a whole neighborhood in until we know that the market reaches. Okay, we'll do that for now, because it is a little iffy as to whether or not it's going to actually reach. No, it reaches. Okay. I don't like the wonkiness of this line currently, but that is something that can be fixed. Okay, nature. This family wants decoration of the category. I don't think we can do that currently, because we are not decorating all these houses yet. What we would do, however, is connect up here and see if they can get the boost from this entertainment. No, they cannot. It does not quite reach. Alright. And currently all this looks ugly, but eventually it will be good. Don't worry. You're in safe hands. Trees. I don't have trees for you. I'm sorry. I'm wondering, I think we'll get a street organ for these guys. I think we can take the financial hit, because it will cost a little more initially, but as we expand it, every connection gives you more back in rent, essentially. So as long as we have enough houses, that financial hit will be worthwhile. Alright, and I think I can put one more house here, and still have room to expand this direction should I want to. And then one more here, perhaps. And hopefully that will be enough rent to make it worth having invested in that entertainment venue, and I believe it did. So, thing about, oops, I didn't mean that. I meant to have the eraser on. The thing about the free form roads is that they can get pretty wonky, but they also look so much better when you get them right. The simple fact is straight roads they look terrible. They look wonky. See, this one doesn't even look good. Straight gridlock lines in games look so unnatural and strange, because the cities don't really look like that for the most part. I mean, some areas do, in like really big like inner cities, but overall, cities that develop from like villages and are smaller, they're not built like that, you know? Particularly older villages from like this time period. They wouldn't be built in that manner and have that kind of structure. So they just look strange in this game. Okay. I think I'm going to fix this road a little bit before it annoys me more. And the way I'm going to do it is drawn over it a few times until I can, that was not the right button, that's the right button, until I can find a curve that I like. Won't spend too much time on it because it's not the best content in the world, I don't think, is watching someone slowly chisel away at a road. But if you'll indulge me for a moment, I think I can make it so I don't hate it. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. Okay, we're making $151 per day. That's not good, but it's not bad. It's not negative. But we'd make more if we had another neighborhood. And I think I can snake a neighborhood in through here, and it would still be close enough to these entertainment venues to get the benefit. So I wouldn't have to necessarily build new ones and take a financial hit. Alright, we're going to do that. Because the problem is, eventually population density becomes an issue with happiness. And that comes into play if you build houses too close together and then start upgrading the houses to have second floors and start packing in the residents. And we want to avoid that by spacing out the neighborhoods at the start so we don't fall into that trap. Because I tend to. Okay, these are too far away from even the food, so we're not going to use those right now. But it worked for these two houses. Well, this one house. It was a good plan. It was not executed well. Let's see, can we fit? Yeah, we'll fit one right there. And, ooh, that one has 3 connections. Can we put one right here? This one should have 3 connections as well. And an 18% boost to happiness because it's close to an entertainment venue. Sweet, you just have to remember that and not move that entertainment venue too far. Okay, they have no food, so I'm not going to put anyone in there quite yet. We don't have flowers, so we can't help these people. Okay, the houses now have lighting there. Not back there, though. Got to fix that. Yep, and it's 5 o'clock. Everybody's waking up for the day. Heading out to the poultry stall, which is the only thing to do in this town. Well, I guess they've got the puppet theater. I got the puppet theater and what is this? The street organ? Yeah, that's about all there is to do in this town. Okay, $243 a day. Nice. That's not bad at all. If I could get more houses with 3 connections, we'd be doing solid. So, I think the next order of business is building a clothing store. Because currently these guys are all running around naked. That's pretty much what they're doing. And even though it's not simulated, they're either naked or running around in rags, because I'm not providing clothing. They'll be much happier once I'm providing clothing. So where do I want to put this? I think right here. No, because it's not hitting all the houses. I think there's probably best for this configuration. Right there. Okay, and we can customize clothing if we want. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could. How about we make everybody wear blue? Because this is the quaintest, just most charming little dictatorship you ever did see. They make people wear blue. I don't think everybody wears blue, but anybody who shops there will wear blue, I think. Okay, so we're pretty much getting to the top output of the poultry stall. So we should probably add another food stall soon. Oh, I've got a family in here, they're not even getting food. But they're still happy. You know, they're 68% happy even though they're not eating. You know, I can't complain about that. It's hard to ask for a more easygoing resident than that. But, you know, to show my appreciation, I'm going to get them a cheese stall. I was going to get them fish, but you know what? They're patient people, so they deserve cheese. They deserve a little upgrade. Oh, I think by adding that, I got them food. Just by widening the road a little bit. Let me look. Yeah, they have food now. Alright, I guess I don't have to give them cheese. Sweet. I don't have to take the financial hit. Nice. That is super sweet. Okay. How about you? Did you get food? No, you still don't have food. Maybe I will get that cheese stall after all. Or if I expand out this direction, and put the cheese stall over there, they'll still get the benefit of it, I think. I think that's what we shall do. Because we're making decent money, but not great money. And I think if we add an additional market stall, I think what we'll do is we will add the market stall over here first and see if it like almost doubles our money. If it doesn't double our income essentially, I will move it over there and expand. That is my final answer. Alright, I'm doing it. Because the market stalls are only $45 a piece. It's pretty low expenditure to essentially, yeah, it didn't quite double our money, but it definitely improved it. Quite a bit. So, chicken and cheese for the win. I still think we're in the situation where this guy has no food. Yeah, this one's house, but I mean, I'll still put somebody in it. Because they're not going to be pissy, because they still have some food. Or, not food, they have some connections. They can still get clothing and entertainment, so they're happy enough for now. And it gives a little more money, I think. Let's check on our first residents. Where are they? I would have thought that I'd remember their name. These guys. The Pages family. What are you guys up to? Alphonse Pages. Alphonse, Agnes, Chantal, and Mark. Alright, that's her first family, and they seem to be getting on well. They are 73% happy. Sweet. I think what we'll do is let our money, earn a little money while we decorate some of these houses. Starting with our first residents, the Pages. Since we already got them the basics, we will also give them a stone basin, which I add to every single house, even though I'm not quite sure what it does in terms of what it's supposed to be. I'm guessing a bird feeder. That's how a bird bath or a bird feeder is kind of my headcanon. So, other than that, we also want to get them some, how about some flowers? We'll get them some nice mixed flowers. Put them on the windowsills. You can put them, how about potted flowers, mixed flowers, yeah. We'll put that right about there. You can just go ham and decorating all these. That's great. Alright, we'll also get them a table and a couple chairs so they can sit on the balcony. and watch the sunrise. See? Isn't that nice? It's very pretty. Very pretty game. When you're not staring at the back of the building. But yeah, it's a beautiful game. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and everybody's, getting up for the day, doing their stuff, going about their business. Wonderful. Alright. Now their happiness is at 77% since I, what was it before? I guess it was only like 74, 73, something like that. But 77. And if we decorate the houses around it, it'll get even happier. They'll get even happier. Oops, let's see, I accidentally minimized chat. And I don't want to do that in case anybody will chat with me. Why is it doing the things that it's doing? Okay, there we go. Alright, we'll get these guys a little green bench. Now we'll put it over here. Hey there, little guy, what's your name? Martini. Nice. And who are you? Camille. An unemployed child. I guess we don't do child labor here. It's not a feature in the game. Though it is in early access. Could be DLC, you never know. I do know it's never going to be DLC. This is a cozy game. It's all about the vibes. And, child slavery is, it's not the cozy vibes. Put that there. This looks like a house that could use some purple flowers. Look at this house, we would just do straight plants instead of any sort of flowers. This family's not into flowers, I've decided. I've arbitrarily decided that they're blossom haters. Right. I have a chair, guys. You guys can have a chair. And you have a chair. Chairs for everyone. Chairs all around. You can do all sorts of fun things, like if you, that's not one that'll work. If you take the small pot of flowers, you can put them on the sill there, see, and it turns into like a tiny pot of flowers. It's just so many fun little things like that to find and discover in this game. It's magnificent, and it's only in early access, which is incredible. Do small daisies, or sunflowers, rather. Okay, so that put us up to 15% on this area, 50% beauty. As you can see, the rest are like at 5 and 2%, the rest are like eyesores. It's no bueno. let's continue decorating. Decorating. This game is super chill, super zen, and I just absolutely adore it. I've needed it lately. I've been very stressed out and just kind of overwhelmed, and this game has helped me immensely. Which is one of the reasons I wanted to stream it. I wanted to share it with you guys because it is helping keep me sane. And staying sane is good. It is bueno. Mucho bueno. A little bit of a hiccup there. And the game can look even better. Like you can bump up the graphic quality and it'll look even more beautiful. But with while streaming, it kind of was rough on my computer. Speaking of, I want to check the live stream health and everything. It says everything looks pretty good. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Okay. Let's keep up decoration. And then I believe we will expand. We'll expand a little and maybe invest in a butcher shop. They don't usually zip around this fast. I'm playing on fast forward to build up my money. Regular speed is more like this. You know, they chill, they, hang out. They take in the sights, they wave, it's really cool. This game is all about like customization and creativity and freedom. It's so good. It also has a really cool feature that unfortunately does not work on YouTube, but works on Twitch, where people can actually, the viewers can be in the game and show up in the game and get a little house, and when they chat, it shows up in game, like in little bubbles. It's really cool. Unfortunately, it's only a Twitch integration, not a YouTube integration. Otherwise, I would definitely try it out, even though you guys haven't been chatty. Which I generally don't expect. And because this isn't a gaming channel, this is a reaction channel. So if anybody stops out, I appreciate it, but I definitely don't expect high numbers for it. I should just stream on my old gaming channel, which I stopped because I still enjoyed making content to a point, but because my computer sucks, there were just so many games I couldn't play, and I had a really hard time getting decent footage with decent frame rates to continue making content, is what it was. It became a real struggle and took the fun out of it. At a better computer, it'd be gangbusters. It'd be all gravy, baby. Alright, so we're up to about between, 12 and 15% beautification on the houses. That's pretty good. That's a good start. It only goes up to 30%, so there's that. But before we do anything else, I think we should do some expansion, make a new neighborhood. I think we're going to go all the way over there, actually, and then build an entertainment kiosk in the middle, and then the butcher shop is what we're going to do. I think is the plan. So we're going to go ahead and build here. I don't like that. I think I want to build it the other direction. I have to move those houses. I know what I need to do. I need to get rid of that rock. That rock is throwing me off. Stupid rock. Hashtag no rocks. Alright. All that riffraff back there was throwing me off entirely. And making me build against the topography. Respect the topography. Okay. There we go. That's better. It's once again going to necessitate a weird road that won't make sense until later in the build. But for now it'll be fine. For now it'll be cool. Okay. No shops for each. I didn't think they would, but you know. Okay, do I just want to get a butcher, or do I want to get a little food shop, or another stall? I think for now I'll get the butcher. Because when I put it over here, it will actually cover everybody so far. And that should increase our money by quite a bit, our income, because they're getting another connection to all these houses. Let's see what it does. We're at $3.92 currently. Oh, it's speed up notice as well. Well, once we get all these things staffed, $3.92 to $4.32. Okay, not a huge jump, but sizable, reasonable. Do we want to move the clothing store? We might want to move the clothing store as well, so that it actually covers these. Okay, put it right there next to the butcher shop. It loses lots of prettiness, but it definitely will reach all these shops. And you can start moving people in these houses. Get some entertainment over here in the form of a kiosk that will cover everybody, I believe. Yes, it looks like it will reach everybody. Where do I want the kiosk is the question. I think right here, because this will be like our little entertainment plaza. Because I believe these guys right here wanted entertainment. So they're at 18% happiness. Yeah, now they're at 20. I figured that would make them happy. I figured that would make y'all just giddy with happiness. But I don't like the way that screwed up my road. So let's fix this. There we go, that's better. Okay, you want population, that's not going to happen here. So you might as well leave. Be gone. Be gone, thought. Alright. Alright. You can go here. Okay, we're up to 511 income. Why are you down to 5 connections? Oh well. You still have a bunch of food, you should be fine. Speaking of a bunch of food, I might want to get them one more market stall. I think that would make a big difference. So I think you people will be the fish people. Y'all are going to be the fish people. Have a fish stall. You're going to smell like fish, but you live next to this lake and all of that. You catch your lunch from the sea. That's what happens. Alright. We're going to put a light in these bodies of water, because it looks really cool at night, as we will soon demonstrate. See, it looks great, doesn't it? Oh, that didn't help at all. Oh, it helped a little. I was going to say it went down, but no, it didn't. The income went up a little bit, not excessively. Okay, but we're almost up to 600. That's pretty good income. We can start upgrading some of these houses to having 2 stories, which will make these guys happy because they desire a house with multiple floors. And that will be this one. And these guys want neighborhoods with many folk, which 60% happiness right there. It'll work. I'm starting to get a headache, unfortunately. That sucks. I hope it's not a migraine. I don't get migraines often, but when I do, and I'm kind of due for one. It's been a while. Ooh, we're up to 97% happiness. That's exciting. Alright, let's see. I like to start increasing the density when they have probably about 6 to 8 connections. I don't want to do too much though, because it does cost a decent chunk of money, but we'll get it back. Because it costs like what, $250 to upgrade a floor? Yeah, at least the first floor. When you upgrade to a 3rd floor, it costs more. I think it's like $500 or something. But now our income is $795. So that should be exciting and great. 815. So we will let that run a little bit and just stack up some money while we decorate these houses. We're dismissing these guys because they want a single floor house, and that's just no bueno, because we're going to want to upgrade most of these to multiple floors at some point. Not all of them, because of the population density issue that I mentioned previously, but we want the freedom to be able to upgrade any that we see fit. And unfortunately, I do think that headache is getting worse already. That's most unfortunate. Because I do get the sensitivity to lights and sound, which is, the hallmark of a migraine. And I think I'm starting to notice that, so we might cut this short because I feel like I might be getting a migraine, unfortunately, which is really frustrating because I was looking forward to this. I really enjoyed this game. I wanted to share it with you guys. I plan to go for a couple hours, but whatever. So there's always the possibility that I may stream later on my gaming channel. So maybe I'll put that. It's Jesse Nebulous Gaming, by the way, if you're interested. So. I might just start live streaming on there on a regular basis. Well, here's another just single family, just a single adult family. I guess I never noticed that, but it must be more common than I realized. Alright, we're going to build a fence around the lake because 51st and all of that. That and it looks much better. And we're going to go with the light fence. I like it. It's just a little fence with string lights and it looks great. Hello, future residents. I don't have room for you currently, but I will. Maybe not in this playthrough though, because that headache is definitely growing. And I've already taken all the pain medicine I can today, so I can't even take anything to hope it gets better. I'm gonna have to just let it run its course, whatever it is. But yeah, doesn't that look great? A little string light fence. Looks awesome. I think I'll also put up a fence around the marketplace because this game can get so pretty and you can make such cool stuff, and I wanted to get into that. All of that, but I'm really not feeling well. Actually, instead of stone, I think I want to do a hedge. Yeah, we'll do a hedge instead. A little half hedge. A little short hedge. Yeah, see? If you have some creativity, some flexibility of mind, you can really create some cool stuff in this game. Put in more lights, because people gotta see. Maybe add a tree. Small decorative tree right about there. Really spruces the place up, doesn't it? Yeah, see the kind of cool stuff you can build? There's way more, there's cooler stuff, and I wish we could get to it, but this headache is starting to kick my ass, guys. I apologize. I didn't want to cut this off so early, but I'm really starting to not feel well. And I think trying to ignore it is just going to make it worse. So, yeah, sorry about that. It is what it is, but I appreciate you joining me for this. I might just stream on my old gaming channel more regularly, and if I do that, I'll let you guys know. If you're interested, you can check it out over there. So, yeah. Thanks again, and I hope to see you next time. I'm Jesse Nebulous. Bye!